a new problem. You'll notice something a bit different today. A bunch of work has happened. You missed all of it.
Why he making all that noise, Stevie?
This is the result. Can't you tell? Hold on, let's turn some lights on in here. This is our 1993 Volvo 245 Turbo. It's not a plus T, it's got a B230 FT. I guess you could call it a plus T. Anyway, this car came to us a couple years ago. We limped it home about 2 hours. The old lady drove it to work once, and it overheated and puked the head gasket out of it. And then it sat. And that's why it's been sitting for just about forever. Right there. Look at that big empty spot. We could put another car right there, maybe. So anyway, I just spent the last 2 days tearing the head off this car, doing a head gasket and all things, and well, yeah, the coolant return pipe did not seat, and that needs to be fixed. Fortunately, that means we get to make an episode out of it. I wasn't gonna make an episode of doing a head gasket because it gets boring, but here we are. A little about the car. It is a black on black wagon. Very cool, very chic. Kids love it. Makes you ooh. Yes, look at all the goodness, huh? B230 FT, stock boost levels, like 6 pounds of boost, 7 pounds of boost. Nothing special about this car. Except in the Turbo Bricks community, this car has always been known as the War Wagon, although it is very slow. Funny thing about this car is it had a big old honking intercooler setup on it, and you can see we're back to a stock intercooler. Shout out the Left Lane Auto Parts. They actually sent me that intercooler months ago, and I'm finally using it. Now, there was a lot wrong with this car when we got it. Of course, tore the head off it. The crank timing gear, you know, the tooth is broke off of it, which we put it back together. It's still broke. Not how I want to have it. I want to be able to set the timing should we modify this car in the future. But for now, it is what it is. It's in there. It's together. It's running. This car did have a large intercooler in it. However, it was an inefficient style intercooler, and also the mount for the intercooler blocked half of the radiator. So you tell me, would you run it? I'm not gonna. So had to make some mounts. I just modified some 740 turbo mounts and then used some old NA 940 mounts. Got them together and they work pretty good now. Need to check some paint at it. I just did that yesterday. I did not film any of it because I was just doing my own thing. I didn't realize this car would be such a headache. We'll say the driveway is looking nice today. Bunch of cool cars hanging out on the driveway. This car is a more or less stock B230 FT. Nothing special about it. Has some sort of BNR warmed over turbo. Looks like maybe a 15G something or other. I should probably look up the specs. That's the old lady. Okay, 1 hour later, we've gone to the parts store and come back with a water pump gasket kit. Because, you know, it's leaking. So if you look down in there closely, yes, can't you see it? Hold on a second. If you look in there, that little black nub sticking out towards the bottom of the black pipe, yeah, that's the water pump O-ring. And I just got home after buying the water pump gasket kit, and guess what's not in the gasket set? That's right, you guessed it. There's a gasket, and there's the upper O-ring. There is no small O-ring. Hopefully I have a small O-ring I can use. But yeah. All right, so the fun part about this is to get the water pump off, we have to pull all the belts back off, which means we have to loosen the power steering pump. Right, so once the power steering pump's loose, we can loosen the AC compressor, which is great because once all that's loose, we can take the AC belt off. And then once the AC belt's off, we can take the other guys loose. Alternator belt, which is great. And then you just take the water pump off. Just pops right out. No big deal. I don't know why I'm complaining so much. All right, fans off, pulleys off, belts are off, except for the power steering. Got away with just leaving that on there because we're lazy, right? All the slack adjusted out. Yeah, okay, cool. So it looks like we're looking pretty good. Really just have to pop the water pump free now. Bob's your uncle, I guess. Hey, what do you think of my homemade intercooler mounts? Huh? Huh? At the beginning of the video, you can see that they're not painted, but they are now. A little wrinkle coat black to hide the grinder marks, whatever. Not bad for free. Here's my dude pulling up. Scared. Yeah, buddy.
Hey, what's up?
To be honest, I really like the L-ring head gaskets and the intake and exhaust gaskets for that matter. But the valve cover gaskets suck really badly. And they don't come with a water pump gasket. They don't come with a water pump O-ring. So you're kind of SOL there. We're in here like swimwear. In there like swimwear. You know what I mean. Carefully. Starts to pop. Yeah, you can't see any of what I'm doing. So I'll bring it back when there's something to see, I guess. I can't see what I'm doing. Who am I? Okay, there's one of them, and then this should just pop right off. Brand new timing belt in there, look at that, huh? There it is. Luckily I have a brand new water pump for a Volvo B18, B20. So we got this guy here, and it looks like, might be in luck. I think we got the right gasket in there. Keep calling it a gasket. It's not a gasket. What I need is this O-ring. Water pump also came from VP Auto Parts. For me, though, it came with the yellow 142. Actually, yeah, that one right there. Yeah, that one. Looks like we lucked out. That's going to be, I think, the exact same O-ring. A little closer look. Left side is the one that we just took out. The right side is the one from the 1971 Volvo 140 B20 coolant return pipe. So yeah, I think they're identical. Why change it, right? Your O-ring from your 1960s Volvo is going to be the same as on your 1995 if you have a 995 940. But yeah, cool. I'm going to grease this thing up and throw it back in the car. I don't know why the color is so weird. Why is the color so weird? Look like Twilight out here. Anyway, hit the old thing with the scraper guy there, clean it up, and we'll slide back together. Okay, so we got that cleaned up. Got a little more grease, just lightly coated the top O-ring there, and chuck it back in the car. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I lost some of the hardware. Okay, it dropped into the abyss. Basically Narnia is what I'm saying. Thankfully, we have a selection to choose from over here. I already robbed the head bolts out of this guy because the ones in that one were rusting, like missing parts of the head bolts. We're lucky they came out of the motor, and there was no way I was going to try to torque them again. Anyway, hardware. Yeah, I need this guy. Who's this pulled up right now? Oh, it's Amazon. Amazon dude gets out the truck, walks up the driveway. It's all like slurring his words and whatnot, but I got him some water. He's doing better now. Anyway, yeah, manual boost controller. Okay, it looks like we're getting there. Okay, so the good news is we're all tight with all our hardware. O-ring looks like it's seated properly. Now we just got to get the lower radiator hose onto the water pump. And, oh, I need to put the hose clamp back on it. Comment down below if you're the kind of guy to put the hose on real nice and tight without the clamp and then have to struggle to get it off and put the clamp back on it. So since we had straight concentrate and then some distilled water before, I'm just going to add this jug of distilled. Should take at least a gallon. Any leaks? I hear it blurping. That runs really good now. Way better than it used to. Oh, and your boost controller's here.
Did you get it on yet?
Sounds healthy though. Okay, this thing is sounding great. We do need to run, get more coolant. Just threw some distilled water in it, so it should be okay for right now. I could probably drive this to go get coolant. Is there coolant in there? Oh. Looks green to me. Old lady looking beautiful as always today. Carefuling. Carefuling. Carefuling.
Why are you yelling at me?
Where'd you go? What do you think?
Is this close enough?
I think it's pretty close. We got so much ambient noise right now, it's gonna be hard to hear you. So.
You want me to yell at you?
Yeah, yell at me.
Is that loud enough?
Like I didn't pick up my laundry again. Them socks are everywhere.
Everywhere.
All the time.
Literally.
I'm sorry. I'm the sock bandit. Anyway, warwgn's back up and running. Are you ready to take it for a Ripperino Beano?
Yep.
Hop in that.
License or anything.
You don't need it.
But I do need it.
Okay, go get it. I'm realizing now a major issue with your seats.
What's that?
You're sitting in the passenger seat. It's got the adjusters. That's why the seat belts don't move, because they're stuck on the friggin' adjusters. I was in it earlier and I was like, what's going on with this thing?
So they need to be swapped.
Yeah. Or you need to buy Recaros.
Who put these in here?
I didn't put these in here.
I didn't.
These, yeah, they were in the seats that were in it. We got it from Turbo Breakers. What do you expect? All right, this is our first outing once again for the second time. Give her a little bit. Whee! Give her a little gusto.
Whee! That's flooring it, by the way.
That's flooring it?
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty quick for a 240. I mean, it's maybe like 170 horsepower. We should definitely put the boost controller on it. I think so. Can you imagine? Hanging out in the quiet woods when suddenly a warwagon appears. All right, now you're gonna give yourself first gear. All the way down. Make sure it's all the way in. All right, now you want to give yourself. Go. Car, go. Get out of here. First gear. Little brake, lot of gas. Gentlemen, these are the things you do with your old lady. Take her out to the woods and show her a good time. I do recognize, however, we have a situation of Juan Whale Peel going on. Be way more fun if it was two, right? Maybe we gotta hit up Yoshi Fab for a tree track.
has a long burnout. You get an A++ for that one. Yep.
It could have been anybody. I don't know. I don't know who it was. I don't know what happened here. Could have been anything. We gotta do something about that one wheel feel, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, it lasts forever. It's not fun for sliding the rear end around on that. It's definitely got old tires on it.
They smoke for days.
Yeah, they do. We're gonna have to rotate the tires and take turns burning one at a time, I think. I don't really feel like swapping in a locker into it yet.
Not yet.
But it's due. My suggestion is you should get one.
Okay. I'll add it to the long list.
Yeah. you should get a locker before we get tires.
All right.
Because a locker will prevent you from needing tires.
Oh.
More. Yeah. That's what'll happen. You gotta tighten up that kick down.
Yeah.
How's it look?
Menacing.
Mean looking?
Mm-hmm.
Like a meanie beanie? Angry? Or something?
Do you want me to get in the car?
Get in the car.
Okay.
Leaky power steering pump was not on my mooning the car around bingo card, but that seems to be a thing. Otherwise, this thing's holding together, but not leaking any fluids. Yeah. Looks pretty good to me. The boost coupler popped off. At least we see it now. Let's run back to the house real quick and we'll fix the intercooler pipe. Alright, fix the loose coupler. We'll see how that does on the way to Harbor Freight to buy more things to mess around with. Guess I'm gonna have to hook up the old boost controller now and see if we can't turn it up to like 10 or 12 pounds. We just definitely spiked it to over 20 pounds. I got out of it real quick because like as soon as I got into it, it was a snap, snap, crackle, pop. That was like quarter throttle. I think I still need to bring it down a little bit. But it's definitely making boost. Yeah, just doing a rolling burnout. Well, I gotta bring it down a little bit more.
Okay.
That's too much. We're getting there. We're going the right direction. So we'll see. Oh God. It's like half throttle. Yeah, we gotta bring that down a little bit more, I think.
Yeah.
That's surprisingly quick. I'm not mad at it. It's a little better, I think. 15 pounds seems like it's really fun. So we'll turn it around here. We'll go back up this little hill, see if we can get it to hold whatever boost it likes. Now, can you see the gauge okay?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it enough anyway. don't want to give me all the boost.
Tell you what, I will give you all the boost if you buy an ECU for this thing. That way, we're not doing this on a stock ECU, because this is a stock ECU on orange injectors, little baby injectors. So we're pushing it if we go over 11 to 12 pounds, I think it is. I'll double check with Kenny, but you know, the boost is fun.
Or something.
Yeah, round 2. Look at this thing. It's kind of neat. We'll get her out on the highway again here. The highway. There you go. That's like 10 pounds. That's perfect right there. What do you think?
It's fast.
That's pretty quick. Pretty quick. That's pleasantly quick.
Pleasantly quick.
That is pleasantly quick. Yeah, when we bought this thing and I test drove it, I was like, where's the boost? Where the boost at? Because it just was not moving at all.
Well, we found it.
Number one, the intermediate shaft, I think it was off a tooth or two on the timing belt, because it just seemed like it had no bottom end. It always started really, really, really hard. Like it didn't have enough timing in it. And on a 93 240, you can't set the timing. Yeah, I like it. It's not as much fun as 15 pounds, but I'm happy with 11 or 12.
I like safe.
You like safe? Okay.
Yeah.
Needs a manual transmission.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, and I forgot to adjust the kickdown. Fix the boost leak. All the burnouts were done at 5 psi. So put the boost controller on it, and now we're give it a floor real quick. Oh yeah, oh yeah, God, oh yeah. So we're looking at like 12 psi, spiking to 13, and then settling to around 11, which I think is pretty fun, personally. What do you think of it?
It's definitely great.
It's definitely what?
Great.
Great?
Yeah. Like before, it was kind of laggy, I guess, for lack of a
it
better
didn't
phrase.
spool. Like it would never spool.
Yeah. But now it's like you press the gas pedal and you know it's just gonna scoot.
Scoot, skiddly doodle.
Yeah.
Well, good. Let's keep on ripping it. This tire's looking a little tired. Yeah, tread's coming off of it.
Is it really?
Well, it's gone nearly. It's like a slick. It's better for traction though. You gotta stop doing burnouts.
Jesus, you weren't kidding.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop that burnout. Burning out
not me.
all the time. Look what she did.
You might be right. I mean, you were joking about swapping them all around, but I think you might actually need
I mean, we can do more
that.
burnouts if we did. There it is. Okay, so we've been driving this thing around for a little while this afternoon, just kind of hanging out, having fun, bullshitting. We got pizza. So we're gonna have pizza tonight, which is great, right? Who doesn't like pizza? But the old lady's just over here talking about she's 10 out of 10 happy with this car. Like, you're telling me you're happy you can just do burnouts in a car?
Oh, I probably won't do many burnouts, but I think it's cool.
She thinks it's cool.
It's fun to drive.
What's that?
It's fun to drive.
Fun to drive? That's bullshit. We got RX-7s. I gotta need to turn the boost back down. 12 pounds of boost. This thing's a lot of fun.
I was gonna say, that's the thing about having so many different cars is all the cars provide a different driving experience.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point. Why do you have so many cars? Because they all drive differently.
Yeah, that's true. And they all drive differently. Some, not at all. So she's right. We are quickly approaching 10,000 subscribers, which is kind of neat. This old lady appreciates it because she doesn't have to laugh at so many of my jokes if you laugh at my jokes. So, yeah, right? So thanks for stopping by the channel. Thanks for checking out what we do here. Thank you to my members for supporting this car and all the others we have here, especially that car, and you know that car and that car. You get it. We got a lot of cars going on. We can't do it without you, so if you'd like to support the channel and like what we do here, check out memberships. I'll put a link in the description. Check out VP Auto Parts because they rock.
True story.
True story. Or the Left Lane Jacks. Come on. There are intercoolers in this car. Any words? What do you think of the 240?
It's terrible. It's the worst car I've ever driven.
Terrible and the worst car she ever drove. All right, well, that's fine. Thanks for checking out the channel. How about you get in the garage and fix something, huh?
Have a good night.
Have a good night.